Hello, dog lover. My name is Saro. I'm a dog trainer, also coach dog owners. Welcome to another live session. In this live session, I'm going to answer your dog slash big beagle related questions. Anything that I can help, I will help you. Hope you're doing well. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon as well, so you will get notified as soon as I post a new video or if I go live. Before we get started, I just wanted to let you know that few things before. One of the first thing is next week's live session would be on Wednesday, the 2nd of September at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Next week, live session would be on Wednesday, the September 2nd at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The other news that I have is that all of my online courses at the moment are on sale. I know everybody's going through tough times, so I wanted to help you guys out. So I have reduced all the prices of the online course, which you can join anytime. There we go. You can join anytime and get educated about your puppy or your dog. So I have a course about all kinds of lessons and ideas that you need to learn. Puppy training is ideal for those who are interested in getting a puppy. If you're planning to get a puppy, or you are just about to get a puppy, or you have got a puppy, it's even better to start the course as soon as possible, because that prepares you to have the puppy. And once you have the puppy, then you know what to do. We cover a lot of content in the course itself, and you get to learn how to not only take care of your puppy, but how to raise your puppy. The other great thing about these courses is that I am available all the time to support you. I'm there to help you out. I want you to succeed. So there is 24/7 support. Anytime you have issues or questions, you can just send me an email through the online course itself, or separately, you can send me an email. There's all kinds of videos and topics that I've covered, all kinds of common issues that dog owners, puppy owners deal with, and I cover all that. There's also games that you can play. There's all kinds of stuff. So it's a great opportunity for you to take advantage of the courses. Also have a course where I talk about a dog's 5 essential needs. This is something that you will hear me over and over saying it and mentioning it in my live sessions, in my videos. And also it's a course that it teaches you how to have a great and healthy and happy dog, not just for the training, but offering your dog its daily 5 essential needs. Dogs need to have their daily 5 essential needs provided in order for you to reduce their not only behavioral misbehaviors, but to prolong their lives, so you can enjoy their life in a healthy way, mentally and emotionally and physically, so you can enjoy your dog longer and even better. So there's that course as well. If you have a dog that has leash issue, like it's pulling on the leash, is not walking properly on leash, not much of leash aggression issue, but if you are having a hard time walking your dog on leash, I have an online course as well, which we cover a lot of technical and also logical part of walking a dog, and that's called leash walking solutions and problem solvings. We deal with I've dealt with a lot of dogs who have behavior leash pulling issue, and I've created this course so you can learn how to properly walk your dog, first of all, and second of all, how to prevent and reduce your dog to start to learn to pull on the leash. The prevention is the key. You don't want your dog to learn to pull on the leash, and I go through all the details to teach you how to do that. Now, if you want to learn all about everything about dogs and dog training, dog psychology, basic obedience, leash walking, dog's 5 essential needs, basically everything that I have, there is a course also as well, which is called Naked Dog Training. I call it Naked Dog Training because it's the core concept of my dog training philosophy and system, which we focus on training dogs without the use of treats or food, and we focus on training the dog we using play and praise reward system. That gives you a different outlook and different way of approaching dog training. No other dog trainer offers this kind of course or this kind of system to train dogs. All dog trainers, they are using treats or food or tools like prong collars, shock collars. They use domination, force, and alpha, being alpha. And nobody focuses on training dogs without them. I use play and praise reward system to train dogs, and it will blow your mind if you learn certain things about your dog, certain things that has helped me in general to not only have dogs who are beagles, who are hard to train in a way, have easy time to train them and raise them, but also enjoy having them around. So you can have the same experience as I'm having, enjoying dogs without being stressed, without being anxious, without going through stressful times with my dogs. I enjoy them, and I've trained them without the use of treats or food, and it's possible to do it. And you've seen me in my channel, you've seen hundreds of examples that it's doable and possible. And I share all those information in that course. So once again, all of the courses are up to 60% off. So take advantage of the sale that is going on at the moment, and check around and register and take advantage of the sale. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to link the page that you can go ahead and take advantage of the courses in the chat area. So you have a direct line to go ahead and register. So I'm not trying to be salesy or sell things to you. It's just I want you to understand that I'm there to help you. If you have dog issue, puppy issue, behavioral issue, I'm there to help you. And this is how I can help you. I'm offering this to all my friends, families, and fans, and all the viewers around the world. In this day and age, we can use our technology to share information, and this is a unique form of sharing information. In this day and age, we can have digital formats of online courses and training, dog training, and you can learn what I know, and I'm sharing this with you. And it's up to you if you want to make that choice and change your life, change your dog's life, change your life in a way that is healthy and it's positive, and it's without the use of any form of tools or domination or all the old formats of dog training. So hopefully you can join me and we can start our journey towards having a great dog right today. Hope you're doing well. So I'm going to start answering your questions. And again, if you want to support the channel, you can use the super chat option in the chat area. You're welcome to use it if you want to support the channel. Let's get started with questionnaires. Let's start with, I think it's Yasna. Hi, Saro. We have a beagle, and you have helped us a lot in training him. Thanks a lot. Oh, that's a comment. Thank you, Yasna. That's great to hear and great feedback. Thank you very much. I'm glad that I'm able to help you. Anytime you have any questions or any issues with your beagle, let me know. I will do my best to help you out, and that is great. I'm glad that what I'm doing is helping at least you, and if I make a difference in one person's life, that's the best and biggest payment for me. Thank you. Durga, sir, how to make treats for beagle puppy 4 months, and I'm from India. Please tell, sir. Actually, I have a video where I show how to make treats for your dog. I use a system called dehydration. I don't know if you're familiar with it. Dehydrated treats are fantastic. You can use any type of protein that you are comfortable with. You can even use vegetables as treats. So I dehydrate it and I use it, and I show it in a video. I'm going to share a video. It's called Easy, Fresh, Healthy Homemade Dog Treats Using Dehydrator. I'm going to share this video in the chat area. Let me just get it going. There we go. Yeah, Durga, go ahead and watch that video. As I said, I make my own treats too, doggy treats. It's just because it's cheaper, it's healthier, it's fresh, and I know what it is in there. And the best way of making treats is actually doing dehydration. Carlos, good morning, Sarah. Is it always better to have 2 dogs instead of 4 because they fight a lot, or why the proper training you can manage? Is it always better to have 2 dogs instead of 4? This is a good question. You can have as many dogs as you want as long as you're able to control them and manage them. Having many dogs and being out of control and having chaos is obviously not going to help. The thing is that many dog owners, they think if I have more dogs, they're going to entertain each other and it's going to be fun and it's going to be better. I use the concept of having fish in a fish tank, right? If you have fish in a fish tank and you have 5 or 10 or 20 fish in a fish tank, it's still a fish tank. It doesn't mean that it's healthy for the fish because there are 10 of them or 20 of them in a fish tank. Having 1 dog is better than having 10 dogs who are out of control, right? So you want to have control over your dogs. So that would be the first thing, not having chaotic household. The dogs themselves, they don't entertain each other. If there's no rules and boundaries and there's no way controlling the environment of the house, It doesn't matter if you have 1 or 10 dogs, you will have chaos. So usually what I suggest to do is have one good dog that is perfect. And then once you have this one good perfect dog, then you add another one and help this second dog to become good and perfect like your first dog. And once you have that, then you add another dog and you help this third dog to become perfect and great dog like the other two. And then you add another and another. So always your goal should be, my current dog has to be perfect and best in order for me to add another dog. You understand what I'm saying? It's not good to have one bad dog and hoping that another dog is going to help this dog to be better. It's your job to make the life of this first dog the best so you can add another dog so that dog can have the best life too, right? So yeah, it's not matter of numbers, it's matter of how good human being you are that is able to control and manage and provide a healthy life for your dog or your dogs. That would be my 2 cents. Let's go to next question. Durga, Saro, how to stop biting for beagle? I saw your video, but it is not working. I'm not sure which video you watched, but in general, when there is a beagle who's biting, when we are dealing with biting, we are dealing with a dog or puppy who's bored or doesn't have any outlet to release its emotional stress. There are 2 reasons that mainly causes a beagle puppy to bite. One is because they're teething. So what that means is their gums are annoying. They're getting this sensation in their gums because the puppy teeth is being replaced with adult teeth, so it pushes the other tooth away. So that makes them to be uncomfortable. So they somehow want to get rid of that sensation. So that's one of the reasons why they're biting. And the other reason is because they're bored. They don't have any physical or mental stimulation. So when you put all this together, it becomes chaotic again. So you have to provide some form of outlet for your beagle puppy. So I suggest to provide chew toys, anything that your puppy can chew, even raw bones. Raw bones are great. So at the moment, I have a puppy. She's still a puppy. She's about 10 months old now. And if she gets bored, if she doesn't have at the moment, for example, today we started early and she didn't have anything to do, so she was bored and she was going to go start working on the wall. Yes, I have to deal with those stuff too. She was starting to chew on the wall, so I had to give her something to work on. So I don't know if you can hear on the background, my puppy is working on a hoof. So what is a hoof? Let me see if I can show you what I mean. So you have to provide things like this. So this is, for example, a hoof, right? It's a animal hoof. This is a great thing. This one is stuffed, right? This one is hollow. You can give hoofs. I'm giving her that, so she's going to be entertained and bite it and work on it for an hour, maybe less. And then she'll get emotionally, mentally, and physically stimulated and tired, so she won't be chewing things, right? Not only I'm preventing her from chewing things, I'm preventing her from misbehaving and getting used to behaviors like that. So you have to provide things. So hoof is one thing. Choose. You can even give them choose. This is yak. I don't know if you know this. Yak chow, yak chew. I don't know if you know this. These are from Himalaya. These are dog chews that it's perfect. It's idea. It's healthy. It's one ingredient basically. Uh, you can provide this stuff. It doesn't have to be chew toys for dogs. I know most of you they're saying, um, I provide chew toys, things like this for my dog, but my dog still is not interested. So if your puppy or your dog is not showing interest in chew toys like this, definitely don't provide stuffed toys, because stuffed toys drives them crazy. They destroy it, they damage it, and they tear it apart. And especially if it has squeakies in it, it drives them crazy. Provide chew toys like that. Something that it doesn't have squeaky in it. It's not soft. It's hard. Let them chew on those, and basically make sure that your puppy has something to chew on. If you see that this is your puppy or your dog is not showing interest in these chew toys, then provide them yak yak dog chews, hooves. um, even even you can use raw bones, bones like this, raw. Don't cook it, just give it raw. Try to give raw bones like this, marrow with marrow bones. These are great way of allowing your puppy to get entertained. These are things that you have to provide. All these things, again, we learn and explore in my puppy training course. Especially in puppy training course, we go through all these things, right? So these are the things that you need to provide and give to your puppy. And now, if you do that, then you're going to see that the pup biting will stop. Okay, so those are the things that you need to do. The other solution is, beside providing chew toys and things like that, is taking your puppy for a walk. Give that physical outlet, physical walk and stimulation. Take it for 10, 15 minutes, 20, 25 minutes, half an hour. As long as your puppy is happy and satisfied, take it for a walk. Play with it. Don't let it focus on its gums and its teeth and its mouth and what's happening around here. Redirect and refocus your puppy's brain and mind to something else. Chew toys, bones, chew stuff, or walking, playing. These things redirects the focus. All right. Next question is from Matish. Saro, I bought a female beagle puppy. It's 8 weeks old. Is often biting. How to stop that habit? So yeah, Matish. First of all, let me tell you that yes, I just explained that, right? What you need to do. And second of all, I've noticed that many breeders are letting go of their puppies at 8 weeks old, and it's surprising to me that still still at this day and age, breeders are still doing it. Science has shown us and proven to us that we need to release our puppies at 12 weeks, or between 8 and 12 weeks of age. We need to extend the time that the puppy spends with its mom, its parents, and its sibling. So it will prevent actually behaviors like this. The biting is one of the reasons puppies bite, is because puppies are released early. So that's one of the reasons. And the reason your puppy is biting is because it doesn't have that outlet to release that biting and chewing ability. If it was staying with its siblings and parents, it would have bit them. It would have played bite them with them, and that's how they would release that anxiety and stress on each other naturally. And that's what we need to do. That's why we need to let the breeders know that we need you to keep your puppy a little bit longer, because it will prevent a lot of behavioral and also health issues to develop. Uh, there's so many things. I have to do a video about it. Actually, I'm gonna make a note. Video about early breeders at 8 weeks. Yeah, I'm gonna make a video about this, but that's one of the problems, and the solution, again, I just explained it in the previous question. Let's go to Katie. Question is from Katie. How long should my 9 weeks old beagle go out for walks? Should there be a schedule? Your 9 weeks old beagle should go for a walk maybe 4 to 5 times a day, and each walk should be 10 to 15 minutes. That would be ideal. So you don't want to walk one long session of an hour, let's say, or half an hour. You want to break it down to smaller sessions, because puppies are growing and they're developing. And if you put too much pressure, if you let them to put too much pressure on their joints and their bones and their body, that will force them to develop injuries. That, most puppies and most dogs, when they get injured, they don't say it, they don't show it. They keep it inside. They don't say that I'm injured, because they're in the moment and they go with it. They don't want to show weakness if they are injured, or they're feeling pain. They don't want to show that weakness, so therefore they keep going. But the injury happens already, has already happened if you overdo the exercise. So what happens is, the injury happens at the young age. It will be developed to a bigger issue as they grow older, and in the long term, it will become a major health issue when they are older. So therefore, to prevent these injuries or these health issues develop, you want to start exercising them in shorter sessions, but often. So maybe 3, 4, 5 times a day, maybe 10 minutes or 15 minutes at each, right? So that would be the ideal amount of walking your 9 weeks old beagle. They still need to go for a walk. I'm glad that you're taking it for a walk. Many beagle owners or many dog owners, they have a 9 weeks old puppy and they don't walk them. You have to walk them. They need that physical stimulation still, physical exercise, but not too much, not too long. Thank you for the question. Let's go to Aryan. Aryan is asking, my female beagle, 78 days old, gets sudden burst of aggression, mostly at night, when she bites us and doesn't listen by scolding or even by force. So just a side note, I'm noticing lots of puppy problems. So definitely take advantage of on my online course and register for my online course. Everybody needs this. I see that you need it, especially, like, for example, Aryan, these things, these are normal behaviors, and I think it happens to dog owners who are not familiar about dogs, and they don't know dogs and they don't understand dogs. So I have to help you to get educated. So I'm doing this live and I'm educating you, but we need to go deeper than this, and we need to go more than this. So I need you to definitely consider registering to my online course. If any of you have a puppy, I highly suggest you to register to my online course, especially the puppy training course. because I see that you guys are having trouble with your puppies. So that's the course that I'm talking about, Puppy Training 101. So it's 60% off at the moment. So take advantage of it and go through the look how much content there is. Yeah, I'm not going to go in details, but you get to learn to understand your beagle, your dog. Uh, you understand what basic needs of your puppies are. You will understand how to communicate to your puppy and diet for dogs. You have to you have to create an environment that is safe for your puppy. Common puppy issues. So these are some of the puppy issues that most people deal with. Barking, house training, crate training, biting, and nipping. There you go. We have a whole bunch of content about this. Biting and nipping, other solution. This is so common. So it's so problematic that I have created a lot of content about it. Barking, jumping, all kinds. There's so much information there that I can't go over all of them. Puppy basic obedience. We go puppy basic obedience, leash walking. You're gonna see the results of what you learn in the course and practice it for 2 months. What do you get? And also we have games that you can play with your puppy and all kinds of stuff. So I definitely suggest you to take advantage of the sale that is going on my online courses. Let me go back to this question from Aryan, and let me explain to you. But the thing is that you call it aggression. It's not aggression, it's stress, it's anxiety, right? 78 days, that's about 2 months and a half. A 2 months and a half puppy, if it doesn't get what it needs to, right? If you don't provide your puppies, daily 5 essential needs, which are exercise, training, socialization, care, and affection, you're going to have a puppy who's going to be stressed, it's going to be anxious. And that comes up as aggression. So your puppy is telling you, I need help. I'm so stressed that it's driving me crazy. I don't know how to deal with these issues that I have. And the reason you're not able to control and manage your puppy because it's stressed is because you're not providing your puppy its daily 5 essential needs, which are exercise, training, socialization, care, and also affection. And it has to be provided in this order. If you don't provide in this order and you provide any way you want it, or a little bit of this and a little bit of that, then you're going to have a puppy or a dog who has anxiety and stress, and it will come up as aggression, and it will bite you. It physically is telling you, hey, I need help me, I need some form of outlet, I need some form of way to deal with these things that are going in my brain, in my mind, in my heart and soul. A 78-day-old puppy, remember, a few months ago, couple of months ago, it was living with its own parents and siblings, and all of a sudden they got separated and it's living with you now. So imagine me separating you from your family. How would you feel? Right? So you will be stressed, right? So if you are stressed, how can I help you to deal with the idea of not being stressed over the fact that you are separated from your family? How can I help you? And if you want to learn how you can help your puppy, you have to register to the course and learn all these things. These are things that every puppy owner, every dog owner needs to know. And I can't just tell you in 1 hour show. There are lots of questions. I have to answer them all. So I'm giving you a tidbits of information so you can have a bigger idea of what you need to do. It's a matter of and sign of stress, which you need to provide distressed things to distress your puppy. That's all I can say for now. We have a question from Hansika. Hey, Saro, how do I train my beagle to speak on command? Well, beagles tend to bark anytime, anyways. This is a trick that you want to teach. This is a trick. It's not more of a training. Last video that I did on my channel, I explained about the difference between training and behavioral modification, but I didn't mention tricks. Tricks are different. You're not training the dog to do treats. You're teaching the dog to do tricks. There's a difference between training, between behavioral modification, and between trick training. Training a dog is teaching a language that you can communicate to a dog. That's training. You're practicing, basically. Training is, for example, you go to the gym and you train to be able to lift heavier and heavier weights, for example. Every day you train your body to be able to lift heavier weights, right? That's training. Behavioral modification is, so training for dogs is teaching the dog to understand that sit longer, sit in this environment, sit with this distraction, learn to be able to control itself in this environment, in this sound, with this scent, and this and that. That's training. Behavioral modification is changing the dog's behavior from an unwanted behavior to wanted behavior. And trick training is just teaching the dog to do something that it's not normal for the dog to do. Okay? So, for example, teaching a border collie to herd sheep, it's not a trick. They know that. They are bred to do that. But teaching a border collie to go over the wall and jump to a hoop, that's a trick. So you know what I mean? So it's something that the dog would never do it. It's not something that they would do. So in this case, for example, you're asking me, how do I teach my beagle to speak on command? They only speak when there's a danger, when there is something exciting, when there is something that they need to bark about, right? So barking for them is a communication. Now, to teach them to do it on command, it's something that is unusual to do. So you have to teach your beagle to do it, right? And the way you teach a beagle to do something on a command, for example, or a dog to do something on a command, is repeating that thing that you want over and over until the dog gets it. So in this case, if you want your beagle to speak on command, you have to make your beagle to bark. You have to create a situation or an environment that your beagle is going to bark. Figure out what will, for example, get your beagle to bark. And once it barks, you reward it with a game or something, right? Play session or a game or something. You reward it as soon as your beagle barks. But when your beagle is barking for instance, let's say barking at the neighbor's dog, or something is passing by, or somebody knocks on the door, if you reward it, then it's going to learn, oh, when I hear the door bark door knock, I have to bark and then I get rewarded. So you can't reward that, right? So you only have to reward it when you are able to make your beagle to bark. So find out what makes your beagle to bark on your turn and reward it as soon as it barks. And that's how easy it is actually. And basically all the tricks are taught in that format. Hopefully it made sense and hopefully you got some points out of that. We have a question from Hansika. Yes, that's the next one. My beagle is 4 months old and he's biting aggressively. He's grasping leg muscles while walking and biting arms while lifting him. It's scary to play with him. What do I do? So just go back a few questions before, and I explained about biting and all that and why that happens and how you can prevent it and also provide some outlets for your 4 months old puppy. Again, it's not aggression. It's just results of anxiety and stress. That's why it's causing your beagle to be biting you first of all and biting you aggressively. Next question is from Elizabeth Caruso. I have been missing all of your shows lately. It's so confusing when you are on. Could you say what time you're on in Eastern time also? Thanks. Eastern time. So this is how it's going so far. 1 week I'm doing in the evenings, Pacific Standard Time. 1 week I'm doing in the mornings, Pacific Standard Time. So this, for example, I'm doing now at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That would be 12 p.m. Pacific Eastern Standard Time. So 12 p.m. 1 week is 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Eastern Standard Time. And so next week, I'm going to be doing at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is going to be 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday, September 2nd. September 2nd at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That would be next week's live session. Week after that would be on Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope that makes sense. Let's go to the next question. Surjit, I think it's Surjit. My beagle is not responding to praises. What do I do? Good question, and I can talk about this for hours, but I'm going to try to make it short so I can answer a few more questions. First of all, you have two choices of rewarding your dog. One is praise, the other one is play. So play and praise reward are the best. Now, if your dog is not praise motivated, we'll fix that, but you can use play. You can use play to encourage your dog to be motivated by praise. You know what I mean? Use play and to train your dog or interact with your dog, with your beagle. And once you get into that happy zone and fun zone, start praising your beagle. Therefore, the play is going to lead to improving the praise reward system as well. But when you say that, now I don't want you to take it in the wrong way or negative way. I just want to warn you. It's just a friendly suggestion. If your beagle is not responding to your praise, that means you need to improve the relationship between you and your beagle. You have relationship issues, right? It is more of understanding that your beagle is not very in touch and connected with you, and that's what you need to improve. The way you can improve that is by using play. So as I said, play with your beagle. So, and then during the play or during that interaction, uh, involve some praising as well. You can start with verbal praise, and then you can lead to physical touching and getting physically praise. There are there are few there are two ways of praising a dog when it comes to play and praise. You can do verbally, you can do physically. So verbally, you can say, good boy, good girl, what a good girl, what a good boy, yeah. That's a verbal. And if you pet your beagle and play with it, those are physical, right? So try those. As I said, I could talk about this longer, but that would be my mini version of explaining it. I'm glad that I saw your videos to train my beagle. Great, thank you. That's great. Yeah, it's I enjoy making those videos, and I see a lot of feedback from beagle learners as well. So I'm glad that it's helping you. Katie is asking, how often should a beagle puppy take naps? Right now, he's 9 weeks old. A 9 weeks old should be sleeping 18 to 20 hours a day. That's basically it. 18 to 20 hours a day they should be sleeping. They're only up maybe 4 to 6 hours a day, and that while they're up, they're either playing or eating or walking or uh, hanging around or just chilling, right? Other than that, they're sleeping. And the best place and best way of allowing a puppy to sleep and have a nap throughout the day is in their crate. You have to put them in the crate and give them an environment that they can relax and calm down and quiet and sleep. Because sleep is very important for puppies. If that's when their body heals, repairs, and fixes things, and we all need that. Even humans, we need a lot of sleep. We don't sleep enough. I have a hard time sleeping long hours. I can sleep, but I can't sleep long hours. It's so beneficial to sleep um, long hours actually. So the more your puppy sleeps, the better. And I know you're saying, that much sleep, how can I get my puppy to sleep that much? If you provide those 4 to 6 hours that your puppy is awake, if you provide enough exercise, physical and mental stimulation, they will automatically sleep. And if you go to my channel, and one of the latest videos that I let me share with you here, one of the latest videos that I shared, this video here, exercise, puppy exercise, how to tire out your beagle puppy. That video, if you go to my channel, right, in the videos, you'll see my video beagle puppy exercise, right? That's there. I show how to exercise your puppy, so within that 4 to 6 hours they get mentally and physically stimulated, so they will have a really easy time to sleep 16 to 20 hours a day. So it's possible. We have Aryan. Make a video on beagle grooming as well, please. Yes, I think I have done like basics of grooming. Let me see if I can find that video. But since you brought this up, it reminded me something that I'm going to share with you. Let me just find that video. Okay, there it is. I'm going to link that video in the chat area. I'm I'm going to call it Beagle Care. Beagle Care. It's in the chat area. It's called Beagle Care. Go ahead and watch that. That gives you an idea of what you need to do. But I also have a video of how to wash your beagle. I'm going to link that too. Let me find it. How to wash your beagle. I call it how to wash your dog properly. I'm going to link that video in the chat area as well. So you've got 2 videos to watch about grooming beagles in general, puppies and adult one. But that reminded me of some of the things that I have they're coming up. Let me just give you a sneak peek of things that are coming up. Planning to have a video and also live session, maybe training live session with a groomer. I mean, the works that I'm getting in touch with this lady. She's a groomer, and I'm gonna have her coming on my channel. We're gonna talk about grooming overall, especially beagles. So that's coming up. I'm going to be talking, making videos for Armenian viewers in Armenia. If you're Armenian and you're waiting videos, it would be in English, not Armenian. My Armenian is not as good as it used to be. So we'll have Armenian English speaking videos for Armenians in Armenia. I'm bringing a very interesting behaviorist, a dog behaviorist. She's coming to the channel. We're gonna talk about it and gonna make some videos about it. She has a different point of view of dog behavior and training, which is going to be amazing. She's coming next month on my channel. So lots of exciting and interesting videos are coming soon. And starting next week, for a few weeks, I'll be posting 2 videos per week as well, just because there's so many content that is in my head and I need to release them. So there would be lots of videos coming, 2 videos per week. Let me know. Do you like me to produce 2 videos per week, or 1 video is good enough? Let me know in the chat area. Let me know what your feedback is. Do you want me to produce 2 videos a week or 1 video? Let me know in the chat area. That would be interesting for me to learn. We have Teresa. Teresa McCarter is in the house. I second the request to make a video call on beagle grooming. I'm quite timid about this. Don't worry, I'm in the works of, working with this groomer and coming up with videos and ideas of how to do this, especially beagle grooming. Give me some time, I'll get it going. It will be some time for me to get it going, but give me some time. But watch those 2 videos that I just linked in the chat area. Those will give you some good ideas. Frag is asking, my dog is 1-year-old. When I brought it, how shall I get it to listen with no treats? My dog is 1-year-old. I brought it. How should I get it to listen with no treats? Again, this is one of those questions that I can talk about for hours. But the thing is, my channel, my videos on my channel, it's all about how to get your dog to listen to you without the use of treats and without the use of food or treats or aversive tools, force or domination. One of the simplest things that I can say to you is for you to understand that treats are people have been brainwashed about that treats are the only thing that I have to use to train my dog. Just imagine if there was no treats in the world. I actually watched a video yesterday, but this trainer who calls himself some strange egoic name, he was saying, when you bring your dog to me for rehabilitation or training, I don't use treats first because I want to create an organic relationship. Even they know that they shouldn't be using treats because it's not organic. Organic relationship means you are connecting with your dog naturally without even having the thought of using treats. I want you to remove the idea of treats in your mind, right? Just imagine there's a shortage of treats in the world. There's no treats in the world. What are we going to do? Right? So how are you going to connect with your dog? How are you going to teach your dog? The best thing that you can do, and the easiest way to do that, is to spend time with your dog. Just hang out with your dog, hang around your dog, spend time playing with it, interact with it. Within time, if you invest enough time, if you do it with your heart and soul, if you do it really in deeper version, in deeper level, not just because I said so, not just because you have to, because you want to. You want to spend time with your dog, because life as it is, it's boring, it's crap, it's not great. But when I spend time with my dog, is the best. That's the idea that I want you to have. And really, in deeper level, in form of organic form, I want you to connect with your dog and interact with your dog. And that's how you're going to be able to teach your dog to do anything or listen to you to everything without the use of treats. That's how you can do it. And just go watch my videos on my channel. That's where I teach and explain and show how you can get your dog to listen to you. I can give you an example of a video. So I'm going to share a video in the chat area. The reason I want you to watch, for example, this one is because somebody asked me, my dog won't listen to me anymore with the treats, right? And this is my answer. So it's in the chat area. Go ahead and watch that video. And then you'll see what I mean, why you can't get your dog to listen to you without treats, and what you should do. Hold on just 1 second. I'll be right back. Just give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Just have to close the door. It was just there lots of noises in the background. Okay. Biprajit is asking, my Doberman female is 20 months now and weighs 30 kilograms, but I think she's not so tall and her head is not so wide comparing to other dogs. What can I do about this? Is there any supplement for this? 20 months now and weighs 30 kilos. 20 months. Can't really, these things, you have to ask the vet to tell you if they're ideal size compared to their age. It's hard for me to have that visual. If I don't have your visually I cannot see your dog and then compare it to the weight, the I have the weight also. It's kind of hard for me to say say my opinion, and I don't want to give you the wrong impression or wrong answer. Uh, if you think that your dog is not growing properly, it's not a matter of nutrition. I don't think it's nutrition. It's just nature. That's how what happens. But if you want to add some new supplement to the diet, that it will help with not but growth and things like that. Calcium would be first thing that it comes to my mind. So you want to add maybe bones. Let your Doberman work on bones. Calcium is good. Natural calcium from bones. Eggs are good. Things like that. So I'm sorry, I don't want to give you the wrong answer or something misleading. I'm not sure. You just have to talk to your vet. Uh, I don't know what that means. Oh yeah, hit the like button. Yes, that's what it means. Okay, I think that's what it. Please, if you are enjoying this live show and this content that I'm offering you and sharing with you, please make sure to hit the like button, share the video, and also make sure to subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you, Teresa, for reminding me. Nivea, my beagle keeps vibrating when she sees other dogs, and then a few days ago she was sleeping and vibrating. I don't know if she was having a seizure or what. What do you know why she keeps on doing that? Shaking. You mean shaking? I think that's what you mean. Uh, First of all, dogs, when they sleep and when they dream, they do shake. It looks like they're having a seizure or something, but they're just dreaming. Don't worry. That's natural. That's normal. And if your beagle is shaking when it sees other dogs, it could be excitement. It's excited to see other dogs, and that makes it to shake, which is again not normal. I don't think there's anything wrong, unless there's a behavioral issue. If you see that your beagle is aggressive or is timid or not behaving normal and properly with other dogs, then that's a different issue. But in general, if they're shaking and vibrating, as you say, it's excitement during the day, but at night when they're sleeping and they're shaking, it's a sign of they're having a dream, which is normal. Katie is asking, should I make a schedule to take my 9-week-old beagle outside to potty? Yes. I always suggest to take your beagle puppy every 2 hours, whether they have to go or not. You just make that schedule every 2 hours. Take it outside for at least the first, I would say the longest, the first month. That's the maximum. For a few weeks, at least the first few days, few weeks, you want to take it out, let it out every 2 hours. So it gets used to emptying its bladder and just emptying itself, and learning that it doesn't have to hold. That's the main thing. If you let a puppy to hold, then they learn that they have to hold, and then that's where the internal health issues start developing, and also they start having accidents, and then you get pissed and you start punishing your puppy. It goes bad cycle. So yeah, every 2 hours it's a good idea to let them out. Teresa is saying, I'm having a great difficulty locating finding raw bones. I'm quite surprised with this actually. I figured there would be many places that sell raw bones. Ask your butcher. If you go to the store that you shop your meat, ask the butcher of that store, or whatever market, wherever you go and you shop your meat. Ask the butcher of that facility, that place, if they can put aside the bones and you just buy it from them. That could be a easy solution. Where was I? Okay. Bijoy, I have a 1 month old beagle. Should I start training? A 1 month old beagle. No. A 1 month old beagle, your task is to raise the puppy. When they're 4 months or 4 to 6 months and older, then you start training. For now, you're just raising the puppy. And please watch my latest video. I think that's the one of my latest video. Yes, my latest video, I talk about this. I explain a little bit more. At this age, your task is to raise the puppy, not to train it. Training, it's really not happening. You're just teaching the puppy what to do and how to survive and how to live with humans, especially that a 1 month old beagle puppy has been separated from its original parents. It has to get used to living with humans, right? So it's a little bit challenging. It's a bit hard. At the moment, you're just raising your beagle. Harsh is saying, what should we feed a 1 month old beagle puppy? Is cereal the only option? Cereal. I'm not sure if that's what you mean, cereal, or kibble, if that's what you mean. Kibble is not the only option. I always suggest to feed fresh food to your beagle. Fresh food means either home cooked, you're cooking it at home separately for your beagle puppy, or you're feeding it raw diet. Those are fresh foods. Those are my favorite options. Whichever you prefer, go ahead with that one. But definitely don't give kibble. Kibbles are not the only option, and you shouldn't be feeding kibbles to your dogs either. I think that's what you mean, cereal. Maybe you mean kibble. But yeah, that's Cerlac. Oh,
I think it's not kibble.
okay.
Something human.
Cerlac. Let me Google to see what is Cerlac. I didn't know what this was.
Maybe for baby.
I think it's for babies. Yeah,
Baby food.
it's a baby food. Yeah, you shouldn't be feeding that to your beagle. Whatever it is, you shouldn't be feeding your beagle. You should be feeding your beagle fresh food. What I mean by fresh food, I'm going to share a video. It's what you should feed your beagle. Okay, I'm going to share that video in the chat area. Again, remember, we cover all these and much more in my online course. I definitely invite you to come and join the course, especially that we have 60% off sale going on at the moment. So that video is in the chat area, what you should feed your beagle. Please watch that video. Mimi is saying hi. Katie is asking, what causes a puppy to get sick so fast? Mine has upper respiratory infection. That's called kennel cough. Kennel cough is a very common flu-like virus symptom that happens to all puppies. I would say most puppies. Like my puppy hasn't had it yet. Luckily, knock on wood, didn't have. But the good thing is, if they have it, first of all, if you feed your dog and provide healthy, happy, good life for your puppy, it won't happen. Your puppy's body would have the immune system to protect itself towards kennel cough or anything like that. First of all, that's called prevention. Feeding good food, taking care of your puppy with uh, good lifestyle, including the toys or the chews that you provide for your puppy. For example, the toys that I provide for my puppy, I make sure that they're chemical free, it's clean, it's not made in China, especially, you know, it's safe, right? Even those things, I consider those things because those things can cause inflammation in your body, cause your body, the puppy's body, to be weakened and therefore be immune to any illness or bacteria or diseases. um, but if you prevent it and give good healthy food and good care, then your puppy's body is going to have a good strong immune system to protect itself. And even if my puppy catches it, I have a doggy daycare and there are lots of dogs coming in the environment, and there's a chance that uh, one of them may be carrying because it's a airborne, and my puppy may get it. And because it's a airborne and it depends on each season and each state and country and city, it's different as well. It depends on what's going on in the environment as well. Even if my puppy catches it, it would be a minor level and she will recover quickly. And also, once they get it, it's good for them because it gives them immunity to that line, that trace, right? Uh, so next year, if there is a flu or kennel cough going around, they will have that prevention, right? So it's good that they catch it, but also if they catch it, it's something that uh, it will prevent it to happen as well. So yeah, Katie, I highly suggest you to actually take advantage of my online puppy course because it will help you. I see that you have so many questions and you need help. So go ahead and take that course. Tahiti is asking, can beagles go on a 5.2K hike or walk? I'm guessing. That's too much, man. Too much. uh, it's just, maybe once in a while it's okay, but not on regular basis. If you do it on regular basis, you will create a hyperactive beagle, which is going to have hyperactive behavioral issue and also physical problems as well. Maybe once in a while, maybe once a month is okay, but not on regular basis. Don V is asking, hi, sir, how are you? Congrats on 2 million views. Oh, thank you very much. Yes, my channel has reached 2 million views. And at the moment, I can't remember how many subscribers we have on my channel, but we have 31,600 subscribers at channel. And that is amazing. That is great. And to support the channel, make sure that you watch my videos, and subscribe to the channel as well. And Donvi, thank you very much. I'm glad you noticed that, and that is an amazing accomplishment for me. It's a lot of hard work, but it is paying for it. Thank you for being here as well. Kiefer, I think it's Kiefer. When should I start training my puppy? She's 9 weeks at the moment. When your puppy is about 4 to 6 months of age, you start formal training. At the moment, your job is to raise this puppy and help it to get used to life with humans and in this environment, and then you start training your puppy. ARM19 is in the house. How are you? I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. This is a funny question. How much IQ do beagles have? They're very smart, actually, very trainable, very smart. One of the smart breeds. The reason I say they are one of the smart breeds is because their IQ is very high, is because they've been bred to work with humans for humans, right? For hunting. And if a dog is being given a position like that, they must be highly intelligent in order to work with humans. Think about that. Uh, Arm 19, my 2-year-old beagle doesn't eat his dog food and always try to eat the food we eat. Of course, your food smells and tastes better than the food that you're feeding your dog. And your dog food in general, not only is tasteless, it's dry, it doesn't taste good, it makes them feel bad. They don't feel good eating it. Therefore, they will refuse and they will want to have, as you say, your food, fresh food. They are desperate to have fresh food. My dogs, my beagles, I give them fresh food every day and no questions. They never, I mean, they're anticipating for the next meal all the time, right? Like, they finish eating, they're anticipating, okay, when is the next meal? Right? I want to eat the next meal now. I just ate my meal, but I want to eat my meal now again. Uh, because of fresh food. I feed my beagles raw diet, so it's fresh. If you feed your dogs fresh food, so for example, you're saying they want to eat, it wants to eat your food, right? The food that you eat. Maybe just try to make similar food that you're eating, but without spices. That's a good start. If you feed that food, I would really love you to feed that instead of kibble. And your dog is going to appreciate you so much more if you feed it fresh food rather than the kibble that you're feeding. So think about feeding fresh food. So I left a video link in the chat area, is about what to feed your beagle. Please go ahead and watch that, and it will give you some good ideas. And you have a follow-up question. My beagle sleeps with us in our bed and disturb in the blanket. How do I get him a habit of staying on his own couch? um, so that's the thing. You see, one of the reasons I don't like letting dogs or puppies to sleep in our bed is because they disturb us. They don't let us sleep well. They don't get to sleep well. And again, if you I have a video, Arm 19. You should go and watch my videos on my channel, especially the latest for the past 2-3 months that I have made videos. It's mostly about beagles and all the little uh, topics about beagles. I'm going to link that video in the chat area as well. Where should my beagle puppy sleep at night? In there, I show you and teach you and explain a little bit more about how to deal with this. Yeah, I definitely don't suggest dog owners in general to allow their dogs to sleep in their bed, in human bed, because nobody gets a good sleep overall. And second of all, it's not normal for a dog to sleep in human bed. They rather sleep in their own bed, in comfort of their own privacy, in a crate. That's even better. Cipher, I think. My beagle comes to me when I shout, say her name. Is that good? She's 9 weeks old. Yeah, it's good. As long as you're not really shouting, yelling at your beagle puppy, maybe calling it. I'm hoping at 9 weeks old, your puppy comes to you. That's great. That's what we want, right? That's the start of building that trust and relationship and training in general at this age. I usually say that puppies are like sponges. They take in information, so take advantage of training your puppy at this age. So that's great news. I'm glad that your puppy is doing that. How much should I feed my 8 weeks old puppy? how much you should feed. What you do, you find out how much your 8 weeks old puppy weighs. I don't know the breed. I don't know how big your puppy is. Uh, but the formula that I can share with you is, let's find out first of all the ideal weight of your puppy. So what is the ideal weight of your puppy? You have to find that out first. Let's say it's 10 pounds. Then your puppy should be eating 100 grams of food per day. Each day, the food intake should be 100 grams. Fresh food and not kibble. Okay, that's right. Fresh food, homemade, home cooked food, or raw diet. So 100 grams. So if it's a 10-pound, 100 grams, 10 times then their weight in grams. If your puppy is 20 pounds, you should feed it 200 grams of food intake per day. So that's the formula. Carl Brooks is my puppy is Beagle, by the way. Great. Sog is saying hi. Clipper 2 would be nice. I love your videos. Thank you very much. Let me Cipher, right? Sorry. Cipher 2 would be nice. I love your videos. Thank you. Christine, how do I motivate my lazy dog to want to learn new tricks? First of all, motivate your dog to interact with you first. That's the first step. If your dog is lazy, then you have to think about providing more mental and physical stimulation, and then interact with it so it learns how to interact with you. Once it learns how to interact with you, then you can teach it any trick that you want. Gaming Spirit says, I'm going to buy a dog. Can you say which should I buy? That's a hard question for me to answer. If you are a first-time dog owner, I have a video on my channel. Let me see if I can find it. If you are a first-time dog owner, the video that I'm going to share in the chat area should help you and give you some ideas of what type of dog you should get. So it's called 5 dog breed ideal for new dog owners. Okay, so it's in chat area. That should help you. Nevea is asking, I love beagles. They are so cute. I have one and she's 1.5. That's great. Beagle. My puppy doesn't like the harness. How would I get her used to it? Ask your puppy to sit, teach it to sit and stay, and then your puppy's task is to sit and stay. Now, if the harness is on, make sure that the harness is not used for the first few attempts. Put the harness on, ask it to sit and stay, and then put the harness on, but attach it to the collar. The leash should be attached to collar, and your puppy is just wearing the harness. Or the other thing that you can do is wear the harness, let it wear the harness and play with your puppy while he's wearing it. So distract it from focusing on the harness and let it focus on the play. So the harness becomes nothing, becomes meaningless. That's how you teach your puppy to get used to a harness. Okay, I'm going to answer a few more questions because there are lots of questions. I'm going to be here for another 6 minutes and we'll be done. Rishab is asking, Rishab, 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 yeah. Hey, I have a beagle. She's 4 to 5 weeks old, and her appetite is very low. What might we do? Her weight is almost 1 kilogram. So definitely, in this case, you want to feed fresh food. I can emphasize on this. Fresh food is the ideal diet for any dog in general, especially puppies. You have to provide them fresh food so they can take advantage of those minerals and supplements and all the in the fresh ingredients and use it to develop, grow up. So therefore, I highly suggest you to feed fresh food. Try feeding just meat, raw meat or cooked meat. See if your puppy is going to eat it. uh, if it eats, then that's a sign and signal to you that your beagle is asking for fresh food. So start feeding fresh food, and yeah, go from there. Just try feeding something different. Don't feed the same thing that you're feeding now. So try feeding fresh meat and experiment. See how it goes. Cypher, my beagle puppy is 3 kilogram. I think she's 9 weeks old. Is that a okay weight? Uh, I can't really tell. Again, this is one of those visual questions. I have to see your dog in person in order to have that um, um, answer. The best thing is to ask your vet to give you the ideal weight and size compared to the puppy that you have. They have a good idea of they will tell you, and they will have a good idea of what a 9 weeks old should be looking like and how much they should weigh, especially when it comes to the different breeds. Carlos, thanks, Saro. You're always right. Great videos, and thanks for making this type of videos for people to ask questions. You are very welcome. I enjoy um, answering questions. And yes, Rishab is responding that like is a baby food. Yeah, baby food is designed for human babies, not puppies, dogs. Katie, what if my 9-week-old beagle is sleeping? Should I wake him to potty since it should be every 2 hours? Ideally, you shouldn't, but you wait until they wake up and then step it out. But if it's happening too often, if sleeping more than 2 hours, uh, and there's an accident, yes, I will wake it up within 2 hours. If there are no accidents, let it have a nap longer. Cypher, I was thinking about getting the door delivery food. Is that a good option? The food that comes in package is not kibble hard food. Is that okay? Um, it's not bad. I mean, if it's as long as it's semi-fresh, when you're doing delivery, it's not fresh. The best thing is to go to your local pet store. In this day and age, most pet stores are selling fresh food. Beside kibbles and dry food, they sell fresh food, fresh raw diet. They have freezers and fridges in their stores now. You can pick it up there. That's the best option. How Lashanda is asking, how do you train a Weimar? You train it the same way you train any dog, right? And just because you have a Weimaraner and it's a different breed, it doesn't mean that you train it differently than the others. You start the basics. Basic training happens the same way with everybody, and happens with all the breeds. It doesn't matter if it's a Beagle or a Weimaraner or a German Shepherd. You start the training with basics. And again, if you want to learn the basics, you can join my online course. All right, so that's all I can provide today for you to answer to answer your questions. Again, once again, I invite you to join my online courses, and it's 60% off at the moment. Is for time being, for until further notice, it will be staying in that rate. So take advantage of it, and join one of the courses that you it's ideal for you. I noticed most of you are puppy owners, so definitely pick the puppy training 101, and I will see you inside. And thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate your support and your love that you're sharing in this channel and in this community. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon as well, so you will get notified as soon as I post my next video or if I go live. And as I said, the next live session would be next week on September the 2nd at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, or 12, and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah. And if you have any questions, more questions, leave those questions in the comments area. I read them all and I answer them all. And until next time, have fun with your dog.